guys, what's up? Welcome to lesson 4 of the base lessons for Lifeline students. So getting into this video, this one's going to be a little bit technical, but first I want to go over what we did last week. So last week we went through kind of transposing into those different keys and playing Break Every Chain, and in 3 different keys, G, A, and C. And this week, hopefully you can look at different keys and sort of you should be able to start being able to transpose those different keys into the numbers by looking at the key and those notes that's on the chord sheets. If not, we can dig into that into more detail, and honestly it just comes from practice, from looking at those chord sheets and practicing week to week. Getting started this week, we're getting into some technicalities on stage. So I don't know if you've ever heard about this before, but we're going to be talking about a metronome, or a more commonly known as a click, as we call it. So what that is it's like a count for the song, and each song is going to be, a lot of them is in different clicks, and some of them is in 3/4 and 4/4, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But so what it is it's just a metronome that's like a finger snap. So it's like the beat of the song. So like you get into it, and that's the meat of the song, and that's what everything is playing to, and that's how like dancers and stuff stay on time. So that's really important for us bass players, because a lot of times we drive that dance line that the people dance to. Us and the drums, it's pretty key to what we play. So getting started, I want to talk to you guys. I want to work through you guys. I have a metronome here. I've got it set on 60 BPMs, that's beats per minute, and I'm just going to go through, play through the scale. So this video is going to be pretty complicated, and I'm going to work through it. I've never tried to explain this before, so this is a learning experience for me as well, and hopefully I don't screw you guys up. Levi is a much better click track teacher than I am. He plays drums. He lives and breathes by the click. So if I mess up somewhere, he can pick up where I screwed up, and if I left anything out, any key notes out. So getting started, we're going to be playing in the key of G. So if you're playing along, you can play with me. So I'm going to get this click started. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys to hear, but I checked it. It should be right about to where you can hear the click and everything. So we're going to start out. We're going to play through this, play through the click, and I'm going to hit a note every time it clicks. I'm going to be hitting a note, and then I'm going to come back up the. I'm going to go up and then down the scale. Okay, so let's get started. That's it. So what I did was I just played through the scale here, and then up or down the scale, I guess you could say, and then I played through it again, but this time I walked all the way down the neck like I showed you guys to do before on this 12th fret. So and then back down the neck. So getting into that click, digging a little bit deeper. So I guess I want to go into play and Break Every Chain. So we're going to play it in the key of G, and I'm going to have this metronome playing, and I'm going to change notes every 4 beats. Okay, so I'm going to kind of like keep count with my probably in my head, but I've got my knee bouncing here, and I always bounce my opposite knee that my bass is on. So I always bounce my left knee. It's just a good habit to get. That way you're not messing up. This way you're not bouncing like this and bouncing your bass everywhere and you're messing up. So if I'm bouncing my left knee right now and it's not bothering me. Okay, so let's get started. I want to play Break Every Chain in the key of G, and those numbers are 6, 4, 1, and 5. Okay? Oh. Better hit the pause button on my keyboard. So let's get started again, all right? Okay, so we played through that. That's pretty simple, and that's pretty slow for a click, but just teaching you guys, I wanted to start out slow, and so you guys wasn't overwhelmed with like a click of like 200 and some. It's crazy. It gets pretty quick. It's like, but so hopefully in the future you guys can play to those fast notes and everything. But digging in just a little bit deeper, this is something that I have just recently started learning. I have just recently learned. So whenever I said that I was going to play those notes, each note every 4 beats. So that is called quarter notes. Okay, so that's every click. Okay, so there's these things called, there's quarter notes, there's 8th notes, and then 16th notes, 32nd notes, 64th notes. Those are pretty crazy. I've only ever played 16th notes, I think. So for every beat, I've played 4 times. I've hit 4 times. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play that same beat, the same BPM, 60 BPMs, the same song, same 4 notes, same 4 numbers, but this time I'm gonna play 8th notes. So I'm going to be playing twice as fast, okay? So let's get started. You guys can watch me or attempt to play through the same time. Maybe I'm talking and you're like spot on with me and you know everything I'm saying. Good for you because you're better than me. So let's get started and see if I can't mess this up. It up. So I'm gonna get started and I'm gonna start playing quarter notes just like we was before, and then I'm gonna see if I can pick it up. This is pretty hard for me because I'm learning with you guys. So let's redo that again. I'm gonna start out with quarter notes and then I'm gonna shift to 8th notes, okay? So I did mess up there at the beginning, but I was able to pull it together and not mess up. And Bear's got on my cord. Okay, so we got him untangled. So hopefully you guys kept up with me through making those mistakes, but I got my timing right and did that. So that was playing 8th notes on a 60 BPM metronome. So I'm playing. So for every click, I'm playing twice. Okay, so it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I want to do that with the click and explain it to you guys. Okay. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to play 16th notes and stay on time. So I'm just gonna explain it for you guys. So basically, for every click, just like the 8th notes, instead of playing 2 notes per beat, you play 4 notes. Okay, so you're doubling again. Okay, so what that is, vocally and verbally, that's just like the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's this funny way of saying 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and so it's like, so instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 so that was 8th notes. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and attempt to do 16th notes, and I'm probably gonna get out of breath because I'm out of shape and I'm bad at this. Okay, so let's do this. So it's 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 2 3. So it is a little confusing, but you get the gist of it, and whenever you're thinking about making a video and playing the right notes and keeping on time and actually saying it, you get jumbled up. So I hope you guys can follow along, but that's all it is. And so practice with that metronome. You can set it on 60 BPMs and work up to 120 BPMs. So, and before we dismiss this video, I'm actually going to kick it up to 120, and I'm going to play through Break Every Chain again, so you guys can see the difference in doubling the time and practice. And I'm open to questions anytime you guys see me at church. You can come talk to me and ask me questions. I am more than happy to talk to you guys and show you guys and grab my bass and show you how to do something, or FaceTime. You can get my number from Levi or me or my wife Bonnie. Call or FaceTime me, and I'll be more than happy to explain whatever question you have, if I can answer it. It may be over my head and I have to go get help, but I'll always try to help you guys. So before we let loose, I'm gonna kick this up to 120 and see if we can keep time. All right, so let's get it. Alright, so all I did there was I started out playing quarter notes, and then I kicked it up to eighth notes, and I was fairly confident on the eighth notes, and I kicked it to 16th, and I don't think I stayed on time. But those are hard without like all the other music playing and with the drums. I stay on time a lot better, me personally, playing with the drums and hearing the chord changes and everything playing together is better for me. So I know this is a long video, but before we get going, I want to challenge you guys this week to play through those scales, playing with this metronome. And right now, all I did was I googled metronome, and it comes up and it's got this little plus or minus and a play button on Google, and it plays any BPM that you want. And I think there's a little drop down here. Nope, that's just like other games and tools and stuff. But anyways, I want you guys to be able to play up and down that scale on a 120 BPM. Start out at 60 and kick it up 10 at a time and see if you can keep it up and play up and down that scale all the way up the neck up here and all the way back up. All right. So with that, thanks guys for staying in tune and watching these videos. I hope that you're learning something. I hope that I'm able to pass on some of the knowledge that I've learned over the past few years learning how to play. And again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out and give me a call, give me a FaceTime. I'll sit down with my bass and show you guys how to play something or walk through you or help you learn it, and I'll learn it at the same time. But I hope you guys have a blessed week. I'm praying for you guys every day, and love you guys. Thanks.